Today I'm over here with Chris and AJ as we're launching a boat, and Chris has decided that he wants to make sure that everything is good to go all on his own. So Matt is downtown at another call while we're splashing this, and they're just going to be bringing it next door over to the yacht club so that we can continue with the rest of the work that we need to do to get this client finished up. So we're going from hard to water today. Hey, not too far, not too far. You just get near the straps, that's all, Chris. Okay. Hey, safe travels.
A lot of rattling, huh?
That was a lot of rattling. So we're here with Captain Chris.
Yeah. Just cruising along, man. So this is kind of a nice thing because we've had this boat in the yard now for about
2 or 3 months.
Probably more than that. Did a lot of work to steering, new fuel tanks.
She's a bit rattly, but you know what? That's all right.
Yeah. You need to check to make sure that they're still peeing pretty good.
That one looks good. And that one looks good. She is finally in the water.
Yeah. Literally just gonna follow the track in to right back to its home.
So just right around the corner too. It's not a far drive. She seems to be running pretty healthy now.
Yeah, these throttles are sticky.
Would be a good boat day today. You want to take it for a little spin?
I want to draw this thing off and be done with it.
Just pulling her in to fuel her up, and then we'll store her. Wait for the owner.
So I went from one marina to the next one to help these guys. We're going to be filling up this boat with gas, and then they will lift it out of the water and put it to bed for our customer. And I can see that they're coming right now. The guys aren't really expecting me to be meeting them over here at the gas pumps. Gonna go see how their little ride went. How was your ride? Hi, how are you? Good. Are you coming to help these young men? Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you with them?
I'm kind of. I'm on shore and they're on boat. But yeah, we're kind of together. Nice job, guys. Was it a good ride?
Do it the easy way. I just need to call the scrap man. I got all kinds of batteries. I got a bunch of old pumps back there, an old refrigerator, and 2 big old aluminum fuel tanks I need to get rid of. I love it when the scrap man comes.
Oh. This is hardcover, is it not?
Let's see what you got in there. Wonder if it's gonna match.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's the right size.
Yeah, that is pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's nice.
It's gonna look awesome on your Jeep. So AJ is gonna put this on the back of his truck for advertising for us, which is super cool. How long have you had this one on, AJ?
3 or 4 years, maybe even longer.
Oh wow, long time. How long's AJ been waiting for this, Casey?
At least 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Wow. Wow, looks pretty good. Well, thank you so much, AJ. That's pretty cool.
Sorry.
Where are we going, Matt?
Have breakfast with the crew at Anode. Hey, I'm going to eat. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm hungry. Well, we don't have time for breakfast and stuff. We got shit to do.
Busy.
My hardship is buying breakfast.
Oh, my hardship. Thank you. Catch some fish. That was pretty good. I'm gonna have to go home and take a nap.
Now everybody's got to go to work and they're all stuffed.
Thanks a lot for buying us breakfast. Had the crew in there. Everybody had a good time. Kind of sat around, ate, and relaxed at El Mocho.
All right, Chris, what's the plan with this big old boat today?
So our plan is to replace this hose right here. First thing that we got to do is take this little through hole part off. Once we do that, go on the actual pump side, identify which cable it is, disconnect it, pull it through, and disconnect it from the actual actuator on the outside, run the new hose, tie it back in, plus the system back up and off check it. And then figure out in the process why the hose went, because it's a brand new hose.
They were saying that they got these hoses replaced like what, less than a month ago? Something like that?
They're new.
Brand new hoses.
Welcome. Hey, so in order to get to this pump and to remove all the beds all the storage, all the false bottom compartments. And then now we're trying to get these out because the actual line goes through the bulkhead somewhere over here, but there's multiple lines coming through there, so just need to identify the proper one when we pull it through. And of course, every single thing was a Torx, except for the very last one decided to be Phillips.
Of course.
So we're moving right along.
Yeah, okay. And it looks like all because somebody zip tied that line to something that should not have been zip tied to.
Dude, while the other side is zip tied too, do you really think that zip tie would have cut through that?
No, I think the zip tie was holding it up against something and it cut through
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Let me go down and look.
Yeah. Because if you look there right now, I mean, the zip tie itself is loose on the starboard side on the bad line. On the port side, there's a zip tie that's tight, and they're running the same exact way.
Okay.
So, and that's the first thing I looked for was any weird difference.
Okay.
And it doesn't, I might be overthinking it because I have a tendency to do that. But if you look at the line,
yeah,
it doesn't look like it was rubbed. It
Okay.
looks like it was either cut or ruptured. It looks more like it was cut, to be honest with you, because it's smooth. It doesn't necessarily look like a rupture, but I could be overthinking it.
Okay, so we're changing out this swim platform hydraulic line right here, hose, and I believe that this zip tie actually cut that hose right there, believe it or not. That's what it looks like. See that split right there? Maybe it did cut, or maybe it just blew, I don't know. Anyways, we're putting a new line on, the guys are. So you can see on these zincs right here, this white stuff, that's actually the part of the reaction. That's what the zincs are supposed to do to protect the boat. So that's normal, and that's why you have to change your zincs every once in a while, because this is sacrificial. So you want this to get 8 instead of this and this. And so that's what these zincs do. You can see that this one's 8 up 2 and this one is 2. All the pits in it, but that's exactly what they do. It's all sacrificial, it's all protection. See here? These are 8 up 2, that protects this, because this is the sacrificial anode, not this. How long do you think it took these guys to get that room apart to replace those hydraulic hoses? Have you guys ever seen hoses damaged by zip ties? Let me know. There it is. It's coming. See it? It's got a ton of water in it. Start pumping again. There, keep going. I don't think you had it all the way down the bottom. All right, hang on. So it's always something. So the oil extractor, which is pretty new, doesn't seem to be working. And the boat's in the water, so we really can't change the oil by pulling the drain plug. So I am going to go buy an oil pump. All right, went for a quick walk. Got the new oil extraction pump. Heading back to see Ben, get this oil changed out. And we lost cell service here in Key West, so that is a struggle for us. I can't talk to anybody. Well, I guess there's another side to that. Nobody can talk to me either. So I guess that would be one of those good things, bad things. I'm guessing Ben went to either get spark plugs or a oil filter. I think we're not getting to the bottom. Here, take this, you pump. Is it coming?
Not really, no.
Hang on. I spent a lot of time down here on temporary duty. So it was just better for us to come down here. And so literally we would fly from California all the way to here. We would spend 2 to 3 weeks down here normally. I came and went all the time. One, I liked it. And 2, I didn't have kids, so we could go and come and go. I spent a lot of time down here. I would come down for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, go home for a couple weeks, come back for a few more weeks, go home for a couple weeks, back and forth, back and forth. That's how I got to know this. And then when I retired, decided to move down here and got a government contract job and quit that after a while, and then started our own business. Yeah, we get calls from that base sometimes. When military boats come in at Mole Pier, we get calls down there. At the Coast Guard base, the other side of that base, and then down at Mole Pier. That's where we get the calls. You know what? Let's do this. Hand me a diaper and that oil filter. Yeah, drain it. And then we're gonna put it back on, then we'll fill it with oil, we'll run it, and then we'll see if we can get that oil filter. We gotta put the spark plugs back. So this was the first oil change. It looks like a vanilla milkshake. This is the second one. It's getting a little bit better. You can see the separation right here. We're gonna do a third one and see what we do. We might end up having to do it 4 times just to flush all the water out of the engine. All right, well, I think Ben's got that under control. I'm gonna go over and check on a boat over there. We're gonna do another oil change, see if we can get the oil filter, which I don't know if we will, and spark plugs, change those out. If we get it, then the captain's gonna take it out and run it hard. If we can't, then they're gonna put it up in the cradle and leave it till they can get home where they can get some parts. We struggle here in Key West to get parts a lot. UPS and FedEx, they don't always guarantee overnight delivery. Makes things difficult sometimes. This is my slide hammer kit from Gear Wrench. My guys abused it. They beat on this with a hammer and tore the threads out of it, so now it's stuck on the shaft. So I just was gonna call out Gear Wrench and say how awesome they are. I called them and I said, hey, we broke this, we abused it, it's our fault, I need parts. And the lady on the phone said, we talked about what it was, and I sent her some pictures, and she goes, well, no, we don't do that. And I said, what do you mean? She's like, if you're able to break our tools, there's a problem. They don't sell parts. They sent me this for free. I'll just open it up.
That's a tool.
Right here.
Major tool.
I don't go anywhere without this, except maybe the airport. See what they sent me. Brand new, no questions asked. I even admitted twice that we were responsible for the damage. And brand new, full kit. There's the old one, there's the new one. We don't use this thing very often, but when we do need it, we need it. And it's a universal kind of kit. And I just wanted to say thanks to Gear Wrench. I will always buy Gear Wrench tools from now on. And I'm telling all my guys the same thing. Buy Gear Wrench because they stand behind their equipment. We've been working on a Yamaha motor that we've been having problems with. We pulled the VSTs on both engines and cleaned them. The one engine would start, but then it would die at idle, and you couldn't get it going on throttle. So we pulled the VSTs. Inside here is the fuel pump and a filter, and those were both dirty on both engines, so we cleaned those all out. But then we were also having problems with this little guy right here. So what this is you got salt water goes through here, and then the gasoline is inside this tank. And what it does is it cools the gasoline. But you can see all this, it was impacted with salt, so we weren't getting any cooling. So we're cleaning this out, put the cover and gasket back on. We'll get this back installed, and we have to put on the primary fuel pump. We have to change that out. We have to pick that up today, which a little fuel pump like this is $680, but it is what it is. So we'll get that, and we'll put that back on, put this on, get the motor going, and they should be good to go. What should we use to get this salt off of here? What do you guys use? Look at all that crustiness. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Thank you. Subscribe, thumbs up, share, whatever you can do to help us out. We love making these videos for you guys, and keep on watching.